go. Let's go,
Hey,
B.
hey, we are live. Trying to get in the camera view here. We've got this three-way split going on, so it's like
I
three
know.
tiny little slivers of camera space we got here. What's up, everybody? My name is Michael W. Parks Jr., a.k.a. Wired Beatbox, a.k.a. Blanco Beats, a.k.a. Technical Jedi Master, whatever Brennan calls me.
There it is. There it is.
Along with me is main man Sean, a.k.a. Palumbo, a.k.a. Sean Palumbo, a.k.a. the blog master, the wordsmith, the I don't know, what would you call somebody who's really good at literature?
An auteur.
An auteur.
Okay. I think that's the word.
Sounds like a mint.
Also, our resident scout knows lots about the next future Eagles to come that we like to talk about sometimes, but we're not going to be talking about today. And we got my main man, Pots and Pans, Mr. Dan, 2 N's, 2 L's, Wetzel, the author of the Dan Rant and the just overall general man himself.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us on the live stream. It's been a while since we live streamed.
It's
Welcome
been a while,
back,
guys. Welcome back.
everybody that's watching us. We got our usual user check-ins. BKC09's checked in in the comments. He joined. Kelly Casey Palumbo has joined us. These are our, I'm glad to see some familiar names joining our live streaming. Thank you. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. It's game day.
Game day, baby.
It's game day. I mean, sometimes it seems like leading up to this game day, it's not the most exciting game day, but it's still freaking exciting.
It's been a long 8 months.
It has been. Oh, my goodness. I'm ready for some football. But before that, I'm ready to talk some football.
Yes.
So Sean, you gave us a nice outline of some detailed topics. Why don't you hit us off with the first topic and hit us off with your thoughts and pass the torch when you're done.
All right. So I have dad brain, so I have to go back into my notes. Here we go.
What's a dad brain?
All right.
Come up.
So,
Coming up.
I mean, how long has this week been leading up to this game?
Fair
I mean, it feels like I've been.
Saturday was the longest day of my life.
Oh my god! I mean, I watched
Christmas
13 straight hours of college football yesterday. I
Oh,
watched
look what we got.
Hey,
Change the camera. Hold on. Wasn't expecting this.
featuring Bowen.
Bowen. What's up?
Yeah, it was a
man?
long haul, man. It was a long haul yesterday.
Long
you
week.
All right, let's
Long
get
Saturday.
Bowen's opinion. Let's get his. How long was this week for you, sir? Was it
Hey!
one of the longest weeks ever of your life? I bet it was.
He loved.
There we go.
He looks like he's watching the game already. Look at him. He's like, oh, what's over there?
I got
He's
the
in the zone.
NFL Network on for him right now.
He's tuned in.
Nice.
He's
He's
tuned in.
tuned in, man. He's got to get the analysts.
I'm sure he's got it. I'm sure he's worried about his fantasy squad.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
he's
sure
gonna look
he's got stake.
Absolutely. He's the heir apparent to Adam Schefter.
P. Shefty Jr.
Shefty Jr. A little 2.0. Love it. Oh man.
Nice,
Well,
nice.
Since we are 45 minutes from game time, from finally all of the changes that we went through this season, a change at quarterback, a change at all the coordinator spots and the head coach, how do you guys feel about Nick Sirianni now as opposed to the time he got hired?
I'll tell you at about 4 o'clock.
Fair enough.
Right?
That's a good point. We didn't see anything.
He didn't
from him.
give us much during preseason.
Yeah,
He's so
my
good.
answer would be I can answer that after the season. I want to see, this is definitely an evaluation season for not just Sirianni, but for a lot of the younger talent that we have. We have all these older guys that are on their way out this year, next year, the year after that at the latest. A lot of veteran leaders are going to be gone very soon in the early phase of Sirianni's career. So it's very much an evaluation, see how much this young talent can do, how much he can command some of this young talent, how much these veterans can pass on to this young talent. And when I'm talking young talent, I'm talking this little guy right here.
Yes.
You got to lead us into the future, young Bowen. You got to lead us into the future. We're trying to pass on these live streaming skills to you so you can have a better show for tomorrow.
Yes. Lead the next generation. Be the voice of the next generation of Eagles fans.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got to pass all this down on to you. I know your dad's going to do you proud. I know you're going to grow up a hardcore fan just like we all did.
He's already got his first year.
Is that a little bit of puke, a little bit of spit up? That's the only way. That's the only way it does it. I got a little bit of spit up on mine too. This. I bought this jersey Ertz's rookie year, so this thing has had plenty of spit up on it.
That's a beauty, man. That's a beauty.
It's
That's going to be a hot ticket item in a few
Clark.
years.
He's got a couple Eagles outfits, so we got to weed out the good luck ones and the bad luck ones.
Yes,
There you go.
absolutely.
There you go.
Is that why the Hertz jersey is mysteriously gone?
Dude, I don't know where it is.
Dude, that's crazy.
Welcome to Dad Brain.
It's gone.
When you're so busy thinking about how many times he shit throughout the day, you stop thinking about where your Jalen Hurts jersey is.
Right?
I think this year though is, as Blanco was saying, you know, it's as much of it is about evaluation. I think it's a lot of player development. You know, that was something that never really happened, you know, with the exception of, I mean, Josh Sweat. The entire team that Doug Peterson won the Super Bowl with was pretty much here from the Andy Reid and the Chip Kelly era.
Yeah.
You know, all of the stalwarts of that team were, you know, from Nick Foles to Fletch to Jason Kelsey and Lane and Ertz. They were all Chip and Andy guys, you know? So how are we going to see Nick
Even
Sirianni?
Doug was an Andy guy.
Technically, Doug brought Nick back.
Yeah, he did. He did, but I mean, you know, would he have come back? Would he have had that comfort? Because he was on the verge of retirement. And, you know, coming back to a place where he's familiar with the players and familiar with the city is probably a big reason why he's like, all right, you know, because he made his money, you know, he had enough to live the rest of his life.
For sure.
So if he didn't have that desire and that familiarity to come back to his city and to his friends and former teammates, then maybe that doesn't happen. You know, but we got to give him, at minimum, I think a coach deserves at least 2 years. You know, we were ready to crucify Doug at the end of the first year. If Jeffrey Lurie would have had his way, Frank Reich would have been out the door after his first year. And luckily enough, we kept that coaching staff together and, you know, reached the ultimate glory for the first time in any of our lives.
And now we got Frank Reich Light.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got Frankie Light.
Frankie Light. Love
Frankie Light, you know? So, hey, I think it's a wait and see type of time.
Yeah.
But
which is weird. It's weird to say that for us as a fan base because we're not a wait and see fan base.
No, we aren't.
We never have that. We never have that. I saw articles talking about Hurts, like people, I think it was Marcus Hayes on the Inquirer saying Hurts should be the same level of anticipation for Hurts as it was for McNabb and as it was for Carson Wentz. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I mean, no, it shouldn't because those two were top number 1 draft picks and Hurts was a backup pick. And so, honestly, I think it's better for Hurts that his bar is set a little bit lower. You know, we don't have that expectation of Hurts to just come in and go lights out. And if Hurts does come in and go lights out, I think that'll make it even better. I mean, if he does somehow light it up or even just be serviceable enough to be a great starter and lead us to something or whatever, or even just show promise for the future, I think that would be a huge success for the guy. And that we don't have the expectation of him to come out here and just be the number 1 best quarterback in the league. He's literally the last ranked quarterback in all the professional beat writers rankings. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. I think that should serve him well, hopefully, for development in the future.
Material. Dude, how many Dan? So what's the over under on Dan rants about Nick Sirianni's play calling this year? I'm setting it at a solid 6.5, right with our win total.
Per quarter or
quarter game?
It's low, man. Run the ball.
Yeah, it's gonna be run the. Nah, I don't know, man. It's. I don't know what he's gonna do yet. We haven't seen anything from him, so we don't know. That's the glory of this first game.
Yeah.
But you know, when you guys were chiming in right there, it was like I heard a lot of stuff this week, and I was like, I kind of agree with some stuff. Like, I think it was when we draft Donovan McNabb, was it 98 or
99?
99. And so when that first year with him and Andy, it was like,
and Doug Peterson.
went. So the first game they played the Cardinals, right? So they were up like 27-3. I think it was the first game of the season. And then they blew that lead terribly. And I think they went on to lose.
Cade McNown?
Yes.
Is it Cade McNown?
Yeah. So I think that was Doug Peterson's first game too. I could be wrong, but So they went on, but soon as Donovan McNabb got in at the end of the season, not saying this is going to be the same thing with Hurts, but what we're looking for is the same thing as that season. Looking to come on at the end, if not so far, our beginning of our first maybe 6 games is going to be a little tough. That's what they're all, that's what everyone's saying. So who knows? But we want to we're just looking for Sirianni and Jalen Hurts to just, give us something to go into the next, are they the franchise? So we're looking for the end of the season to really just come on. They might not come out of the gate shooting, but what we're hoping for is the same thing we've seen with that. We weren't sure on Andy. We weren't sure on Donovan, but they ended the season positive. That's what I'm looking for. Probably, half the fan base is probably going to ram them after if they go, 0-6 in the first 6 games. So it's like, just
or if we get blown out in the first game like we did against the Patriots.
This year is not about that. I know, like, there's a chance because of the shitty division to win to win it, but what my question is for you guys too is what is a successful season? To me, it's going to be maybe like, was it 17? So what? To me, Super Bowl bust.
I mean, that's the definition of success.
Yeah, I mean, what is your definition of success for this season? For me, it's not even the playoffs. It's just to see progress, what Sirianni's going to do, and what Jalen is Jalen our franchise quarterback. So I'll let you guys go.
What I want to promise.
You're breaking up? Is that me? Yep, you're breaking up, Brendan.
Am I okay?
Yeah, we're back.
I want to see some promise future. Right.
You're breaking up.
So you're all choppy now when you want to talk.
How about it?
Go ahead. Bring it.
Let's try it again. Third time's a charm.
Take 3.
So what I want to see is some promise, some future, some bright spots. I don't want to see them get blown out. I don't want it to be a 2-16 season. If they win more than 4 games, if they win, say, 6-7 games, I want them to exceed what their expectations are. But they really don't have any expectations. But expectations by like everyone, they're going to be like only winning 3 games or all this. Like I want to see Rager grow with Devontae Smith. I want him to not be Nelson Aguilar, not be Josh Huff 2.0. I want Devontae Smith to open up the field so Jalen Rager can do good. I want finally Dallas Goedert to step in the starting tight end spot and flourish in that spot. I want to see bright spots with Devontae Smith. I want to see Jordan Mailata be the future blind spot for whoever our quarterback
is. Right there.
I'd like to see Landon Dickerson get in there at some point, maybe take some reps at left guard and maybe move over to center for some snaps as well, so we have a future there. I'd like to see Josh Sweat really come into his own in the defensive end and solidify that spot right there. And honestly, I mean, I'd like to see I know I ran about it, but I'd like to see if Jalen Hurts is the guy or isn't the guy. Obviously, I'm praying that he is. I'm hoping that Sirianni, has a little bit of Frank Reich in him and, some little wonder boy Sean McVay in him. And I just want to see positivity. I just don't want to see a team that gives up. I don't want to see we're going.
Oh, we got our first comment of the day.
Who's it?
Finelli_7.
Who goes there?
Let's go Steelers. Big one today.
Yeah, this isn't about you and your regressing team.
Can I ban people? Can I kick people out of the stream? No, I'm just kidding.
To be honest, we need to build the fan base back up. We need every.
All right, You can say what you want. Finelli_7.
Just for today, you get a hall pass.
You get a hall pass.
Just because you're our first comment.
I want to see some hope. I want to see some hope for the future. And I want to go at the end of the season if we don't make the playoffs, even if we only win 7 games. It's like, hey, we only won 4 last year. We won 7 this year. Looks like a light of bright spots. Yeah, I know, dude.
Hey, buddy.
Nah.
He's like, no, Dad, Super Bowl. Shut up. Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Listen here, little fella. You're living in an age where the Eagles have a ring. I don't want to hear you crying, all right?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, other than that, I just want at the end of the season to be like, you know what? We didn't make the playoffs, came away with a losing record, but our future looks bright.
That's where I was going.
With hopefully 3 first-round picks going into next year, it's only going to get brighter. Nick Sirianni looks like he's got a good head on his shoulders. Hurts like he's the guy. We got a lot of young talent, weapons, and we're going to accumulate more. So
and the team seems like they like him. Yeah. So that's another positive.
And going into next year, we're going to clear out a lot of dead cap space and a lot of veterans, and we're going to have a lot of money, and we might be an enticing team for some nice free agents to come to. So
we are a free agent destination, which is, you know what I mean? That's always a good thing, you know? All right, you know, I'm like ever the pessimist, especially about this offseason. You know, I really wasn't thrilled with a lot of the stuff, kicking the can down the road more, some of the ways we utilize our draft picks. So I'm just going to get worst case scenario out of the way. Worst case scenario, our defense balls. We win 6 to 7 games. Jonathan Gannon goes somewhere else, but Jalen Hurts doesn't look great. And we're, you know, at the 13th or 14th pick, have to spend all that draft capital to move up and address the quarterback spot. I think that means that, you know, Sirianni didn't help develop Jalen Hurts. So not only are we going to be at a disadvantage for getting that quarterback of the future, but we're going to have questions about whether Sirianni is the guy that can get this offense going. Best case scenario, weak division. We play 3 last place teams, you know, outside of our divisional obligations. We play the 3 last place teams from other divisions, and we play our division 6 times. If we go 5-1 in the division and we win those 3, you know, last place games, that's 8-win season right there. You know, keep it close in a couple of the games we're supposed to get blown out in. And I would say that's, you know, that's a successful season.
Yeah.
A successful season. I just want to see Hurts clean up some of the issues that he had last year, get that completion percentage up, not be so quick to run. I think a lot of his running and scrambling last year was because, you know, he was kind of running for his life behind a patchwork offensive line.
Yeah.
You know, I love Gainwell. He was my darling of the draft. Loved him. Love that pick so much.
Can't wait to see him.
Yeah, and I think that Ertz's head being in the game, Goddard not dealing with injuries to start off the season, a healthy offensive line, and ideally 2 running backs that can catch the football. You know, if Sanders can get his head out of his ass in the pass game and return to that rookie form, just make it easy for Hurts, because you have the weapons there that can make life easy on a young quarterback, such as, you know, check downs to your pass catching running backs, 2 very good tight ends, and an elite offensive line. And, you know, having 3 guys out there that can stretch the field, who are all, you know what I mean, fast, that defenses should have to respect over the top, should open things up. And if we see Hurts utilize his assets, so to speak, and we keep some games close and we win, you know, 7 to 9 games, then I'm very, very hopeful for the future, you know, especially with 3 first-round draft picks going forward. You know, an 8-9 win season where we lose a couple tight ones and both sides of the ball look effective. I mean, why wouldn't you, you know, if you have 4 – you'll have 5 top 100 draft picks, 5 shots at the top 100 players in college football coming out. You can really build a team with that, man. You really can. And I think that if we see that, I will have a lot of optimism going into next year. And obviously that's what I hope. Even if I don't personally think it, that's what I hope for.
Yeah, man. Next year is going to be big, man. There's a lot of positions that are going to need to be filled, if not now, coming up. So I totally agree with that. It's like, you know, not the defense too, and it's not only, you know, we speak a lot about the offense. You know, there's these concerns that we're looking for. You know, we're hoping that Sanders is going to come out, be able to catch, you know, certain stuff like that. You know, I'm not too sold yet on our D-backs, so it's like questions today are going to be answered. I don't know, you know, facing the Falcons, I don't know how great their defense is at the moment, but it's going to be their defense and offense, so it's going to be definitely good to watch what the newcomers are. We got the new safety, I forget his name, from Minnesota.
Anthony Harris.
Yeah, so, I mean, that – so, and you got Nelson coming over from Pittsburgh. He's probably going to be on the other side of Slay. So it's going to be good to see how but then you go back to it. I mean, who's their killer right now on the Falcons? Probably Ridley, maybe. Yeah. He's probably the only off, and they got the tight end, just drafted. What's his
Oh,
name?
yeah.
From Philly.
Pitts.
Yeah,
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. So we'll see, man. It's going to be an exciting game. But, there's those small things that we just want to get past. I want to
Our
see.
linebackers look better
Yeah.
than they have since the Super Bowl year. I'll say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's good. That's hopefully we can get that stout run defense back again.
Yeah.
Because the run killed us, man, last year. It did.
Yeah.
It really did. So many drives got extended because, we gave up so many 5, 6, 7-minute drives because these teams were beating us underneath because of Jim Schwartz's famous sticks defense. And, getting into second and manageable, third and manageable, run the ball, pick up the first down. And then do it all over again and march right down the field on us.
Yeah.
It's – I think
So,
that,
go
hopefully,
ahead.
man, I'm just, in the optimistic view with, if everything goes well with, like I said, Hurts showing promise and the defense being sturdy, we can use that capital that we have, to fill in, like you guys said, man, we're getting old in the trenches. And that's the one thing we haven't had to worry about for, 6, 7 years?
Yeah.
When you have Kelsey, Brooks, Lane Johnson on the offensive line, and Fletch and BG on the defensive line, those are stalwarts, man. They're Pro Bowlers. Those are, leaders, too, just as from an emotional standpoint.
Wait, Brooks is playing?
Yes.
You sure?
Brooks is
Yeah.
fine.
His game,
I feel like
fine.
it just doesn't feel. It feels weird that he's not injured.
Yeah.
No,
really weird.
It's early.
I know.
We didn't even start yet, so we'll see. Yo,
You
know
sure?
what?
You sure there wasn't an injury on him already, and he's out for the
You know
season?
what? You know what the main concern too is, like, they need to get to the quarterback. When they couldn't do that in a lot of years, I felt like our sack hasn't been there. So if they can get to the quarterback, I think the people that they brought in can, we can have a solid backfield while they attack the quarterback. So that's my main concern. That's one of my really main concerns right now. We'll see today. Matt Ryan's been around, man. He's going to know how to get the ball out. So
Quick.
Matty Ice.
it's just that's one of my main concern, man. They can't get to the quarterback, and we've seen it in preseason. They just couldn't do it.
Hey man, that local duo might kill us today, man. Matty Ice to Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They might. I mean, who's?
I know.
We really don't have anybody that's going to cover Kyle Pitts. If he's
No.
if he's as good as we all think he is, we don't have
He's-
anybody to cover him.
He's
I
too
think I've
fast
seen
for
one play from him.
linebackers.
Yeah.
Yeah, too fast for linebackers, too big for corners, and we just don't have the safeties that can go pair up with him in man coverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I don't mean to, go out into my college realm, but I would love if you guys get a chance to watch any college football over the next
I've
coming
been,
weeks.
man. It's
Have you
great.
guys seen Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame? Dude,
No, I
he's the honey badger with the body of Cam Chancellor.
Nice.
Bro, he is
He's beast mode.
unreal, dude.
Sounds like a Madden created character.
He is. And I would love to use, it's hard to justify using real draft ammo to move up and get him, but safety's not a premier position. If he starts falling to 7th, 8th, 9th, and where you got the 12th pick, I would have no issue getting rid of that second round pick or maybe one of our 2 second rounders, depending on how things go, to go grab him, man. He is a 5-star blue chip stud. So check him out if you guys get a chance.
We'll do.
I'm not
We'll
going to
do.
because anybody you say is a 5-star blue chip stud, I know we're definitely not going to get. It's just inevitable. I just know that.
Play the tape, Blanco. Play from the Pat Surtain pick to the Devontae Smith pick. Just play the whole thing.
I will replay
funny,
your
man.
face every time you say we should get this guy. This guy is
I
the
know, right?
pick.
Yeah, right.
Whatever the
Jesus.
opposite of that guy is, that's who we're going to get.
It's true.
So hurtful.
Tell me who the guy is you definitely do not want, and I will probably go watch his tape and just prepare for that sadness.
The quarterback from Oklahoma, Spencer Rattler.
There we
That's
go.
who I don't want.
From Oklahoma.
Another Oklahoma quarterback.
Yep. All right. So, what is your guys, just off the top of your head, what's our record this year? What's the wins and losses?
It's going to be 9-8 for me.
Wow.
9-8?
I'm still not
9-8.
used to the odd number of games.
I know it's weird. So
9-8. Who? What? What do you mean we're gonna lose in the playoffs?
It might change, but this is the start of the season. If we have healthy O-line. We have a healthy defensive line. They're going 9-8. They're just too good.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. And like I said earlier, we added a couple pieces of that defensive line in the backfield. If that front, can stay healthy, it looks like Hargrave's going to be healthy this year. I think they're going to be pretty good if they stay healthy. So 9-8 for me, man.
This system suits Hargrave better too, man. As opposed to the
does.
wide 9, you let him use that big body, line up right over the center in the one technique, and just let him clog the lanes and power through, baby. Collapse that pocket.
And I don't care what you say, man. They may be old, but man, it's Cox, dude. He's still a veteran, great player, man.
He's still elite.
Graham, he's still, you can call him elite. He might have lost a few steps, but at this time, we'll see, man. I just think
I agree there. We definitely still have excellent veteran talent in the house currently today.
Yeah.
Both sides of the ball, especially
now
in the trenches.
It may not lead to playoffs, but it's going to be a positive to last year winning 4 games.
So I feel like
healthy.
To a point, I feel like we could generate some success with the veterans today. The only thing I worry about with that is who's coming in to fill in their shoes when they're ready to step out. Obviously, that's a future thing. But if we're talking about today, though, what'd you say?
Nobody. We hope that doesn't come down to that.
I really don't want to see all our veterans being the only ones making things happen. I really, really, really want to see young guys that, even if it's like, on a rotational basis, all right, pull the vets out and let's see what a young guy can do. All right, we're losing this game. Let's see what a young guy can do in that final quarter or whatever. If it's close, cool, put in who needs to do to win the game or whatever. Or maybe we're blowing them out. Put in the young guys to see what happens. We absolutely have to see young development this year at some point. Yeah. We absolutely have to see. I don't want to see only veterans, and then when the young guys rotate in, we fucking suck. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. If a young guy gets burnt, okay, it's going to happen, but I want to see him again, see how he comes back and handles himself. If he gets burnt every time, I'm worried. I'm worried. So, but as far as record goes, real quick, I'll try and come up with a record. I'm going to say 7-10.
7-10?
Yeah.
I'm at 6-11.
Okay.
I'm at 6-11. I just think that those first 6 games are so tough, man, and that might set the tone for our season. We do have a lot of young players. We have a rookie coach, head coach, rookie defensive coordinator. It might be hard to dig ourselves out of that with so much inexperience. We have veteran leadership on the field, but we don't have it at every level. You know what I mean? Especially at the positions that count, at the quarterback position and in the coaching staff. Yeah. So.
I was going to go 6-11. That was my first thought, but I gave a hopeful one extra win, being a hopeful homer. That was my. I'm getting one extra win in there for being a hopeful homer.
Yeah, I'll be there too. Like the 6-7, if they're not healthy on the lines, which we're already Brandon Brooks was limited in practice. Is like I get it, man. Like
that's his best status I've seen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if we can make it out of this 6-game stretch 2-4. I'll be happy. I'm not happy, but you're never happy with 4 losses to start off the first.
Depends on how those 4 losses go.
Exactly.
If they're like bad blowout, like we don't belong in the same league as these team losses, then that's gonna be
This first game is really gonna be like, hey, where we're at,
we definitely want to. We're definitely gonna dissect this play calling.
Yeah.
We're gonna dissect the play calling big time. Because, it's new. We got a whole new defense. It's going to be weird not seeing a sports defense. I'm wondering what this defense is going to come out. It's going to be, a hybrid 4-3-3-4, right?
I mean, dude, it's supposedly this guy, we didn't see shit in the preseason, but supposedly this guy is super creative. Like, he'll go out there, he'll throw 5-2s, he'll throw 3-4s, 4-3s. You know what I mean?
Oh, so he's going to mix it up.
That's what I was reading about. It's going to be a super hybrid defense. Like, there's no set style.
That's the reason we kept. That's the reason we signed Kerrigan and kept Jannard Avery around, because we want to use a little bit of the
I forgot about Kerrigan, man.
Yeah. I know. So I mean, we have guys that are BG can rush from the inside. Of course, we've all seen that. So lining him up as like a 5 technique inside eye of the tackle, that's that's something that he can do. So yeah, I think maybe not right away, but expect to see a couple different defensive formations. So I think that's another thing, man. It's cool. It's just different. It's promising.
Yeah.
After the first couple of games of last year, when we all kind of realized that shit, this season ain't gonna go how we want it to go, it just got so frustrating looking at the same
so
creative, vanilla, stale bullshit.
Not trying anything new, not trying something else just for the sake of trying something else because nothing is working.
Nothing is working. It's just like, and we just kept doing it. It felt very Andy Reid. Felt very Chip Kelly, where those guys like refuse to adjust. We're gonna run our game plan and that's it.
Yeah.
No adjustments. And that was, that it just pissed me off. It pissed all of us off. It's not like we didn't talk about it and vent our frustrations for 2 hours every single week.
Miss doing that, by the way.
I just want to see something different, and that's what I'm excited for. I might not be thrilled with all the moves they made, but I think we can all agree that different is going to be nice.
Sure. Yep.
Oh man, what do we got? 15 minutes till game time, boys.
I know.
We've talked about Kyle Pitts and Calvin Ridley a little bit. Matty Ice.
Joe Casey won. What's up, Joe Casey?
Hey,
Joe Doe.
How do you guys think this one's going to go today? Because the Falcons weren't a great team last year. They had a worse draft pick than we did.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were not a good team.
They were
a better draft pick than we did.
They were 4-12 last year, I think, too, and they weren't a great team last year. So new coaching staff for them also. I mean, obviously you got Kyle Pitts. Obviously they got Kyle Pitts, but you got the loss of Julio Jones. Going with I got to go with the veteran this game. I'm hoping it's different though. I'm gonna go. I feel like, with Jalen Hurts and you got Matty Ice. So to me, this game's gonna start off a little slow. I think because everyone's really been playing the preseason, so. It's based on coaching on who's gonna better coach,
Yeah, I'm kind of I think this is probably one of the more even matchups in this early part of the season for the Eagles, given all the unknown that there is new coaching staff on both sides. The only I would give the edge to the Falcons because the Falcons typically, especially with Matty Ice under the helm, are typically better in the early of the season. They're, obviously, I don't know, is Calvin Ridley going to be that guy? Obviously, they have a confidence in him being that number one guy. He was really good with Julio on the other side. Calvin Ridley, absolutely very good. But is he going to be very good without Julio being the number one guy? Is there somebody else on the other side? I don't know who their other guy is on the other side to step up.
Russell Gage. He's a Jersey guy.
Okay. Is he good?
He's not bad.
Is he rookie or?
Yeah, he's been maybe his third year.
Okay, well we'll see. Matty Ice, I definitely don't want to like you said, Dan. Give a little edge to the veteran. He's obviously a veteran, especially a regular season commander. We know that. It's early in the season. I think it's where they mostly shine. I don't think the Falcons are going to be good this year, but I don't think the Eagles are going to be good this year either. So, but I will give the edge to the Falcons. But hopefully, I'm hoping for a good game. I think it should be a good game. I think it'll be an even tilt. But I think the Falcons will probably pull it off. I guess if
you put analytics in it too, it's like I believe we're like I forget the games. It might have been against the Falcons since like a certain year. I forget. It's like 12-4 or something crazy number that we're obviously been a better team in the last maybe 5 to 10 games, 12 games, something like that. So that's a good sign. That's a good thing, but it's a whole new season for both teams.
There's a lot of unknowns.
There's a bunch of unknowns, like you said, Blanco. So
guessing the outcome of this game is like throwing a dart at a board right now.
Yeah. And I'm going. I hate to say this on here, but it's like if they pull it out, I pulled my. There's this. I think CBS does the knockout pools, so I pulled my usual betting against the Eagles kind of thing where I
Oh,
use
no.
them as the first knockout game, so I choose Atlanta. So today I'm either gonna be 1 or 16 games closer to $1,000, or I'm gonna be miserable at the end of the day because the Eagles lost. So we'll see, man. I'm hoping they pull it out, but it's the unknown's coming, man, and
So
shortly.
you're picking the Falcons. We want to go score.
Sure. 28-24 for me. Falcons. Yeah.
All right,
Blanco.
I'm picking the Falcons too in a little bit lower score. Not a bad game. Just kidding. Fuck that. I'm picking the Eagles, bitch. I'm gonna go with the unknown. I know I said I would give the edge to the Falcons, and I still think that. I think the Falcons have the edge, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with the unknown. I'm gonna say we're gonna get a little bit of a surprise today. We're gonna see some Gainwell action. We're gonna see some Devontae Smith action. We're gonna see some Brandon Graham get into the quarterback action, and Eagles are gonna pull it off in a weird but kind of not so exciting victory, but still obviously exciting. And we're all gonna do a shot after today, and the score is gonna be like
We'll do.
the score is gonna be 20-18.
20-18. All right.
2018, if that comes out, that's a Brooklyn blast and a shot
And
waiting.
a shot of Chinese Black House.
So
What you got, Sean?
I think for the past month, I have been sitting here and I've been pretty staunch about 4-13. I just didn't see it. And like a typical Eagles fan, I've just been, that record's been creeping up a little bit, listening to what, knowledgeable people have to say about the team, looking at some of the young guys that we've had play, the limited action we've seen some of our young contributors in the preseason. We have the advantage in the trenches. Atlanta's lines on both sides are not great. But that's pretty much it. Their receivers are a bad matchup for our corners. Calvin, Darius Slay is solid. He's a good player, but he doesn't do well against the long, speedy guys. And Calvin Ridley is a nasty route runner and has plenty of burst to get over the top. I think that they're better at the quarterback position, obviously, just because Jalen Hurts is so unproven. And we're very unproven at the wide receiver position. So I've been saying we're going to lose this game. I don't know why. Sitting here talking to you guys, I flipped.
Down by the river. Yes.
Eagles win 26-24 on a last-second Jake Elliott field goal. 26-24, last-second Jake Elliott field goal.
What was your score again, Dan?
28-24 Falcons.
All pretty close tilts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they're both two very mediocre teams with two rookie head coaches and two quarterbacks on opposite ends of the spectrum. An unproven young quarterback and a quarterback who's way past his prime. Both of them are going through a lot of change and transition right now.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be tight. But hey,
I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Listen, if we don't win this game, it's a pretty bad omen that it's going to be a very long season because the Falcons ain't a good team.
Yeah.
They're not.
And we have them where it matters, where in the trench, games are won and losses. Games are won and lost in the trenches. We seen it last year during the Super Bowl. We really did because that Tampa Bay offensive and defensive line just absolutely handled the Chiefs' trenches.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that our combination of our experienced guys, like having Lane and Brooks and Kelsey and BG and Fletch and Ryan Kerrigan all getting after it out here with something to prove that they ain't done yet.
Yeah.
And I think our combination of these young, hungry guys like Sayamalu trying to fight off Dickerson for his job, Mailata just getting this big contract, Josh Sweat trying to show that he is that dude, and Derek Barnett ain't going to take no snaps from him. Milton Williams coming in already getting thrown in as the third defensive tackle. That's, you know what I mean? You got guys when a lot of people weren't happy about the pick of Milton Williams, and we wanted to address the cornerback spot. You got these guys that are young and hungry mixed with these steady Pro Bowl level vets in the trenches, and I think that's what's going to make the difference in this game. Jake Elliott's going to kick 4 field goals and tell these haters to shut the fuck up, and one of them is going to be a 49-yard walk-off field goal.
Woo! Hey-o!
Praise the Lord.
Praise the
Lord have mercy.
Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus.
Praise Jeebus.
You guys got any bold predictions for this year? Any Eagles-related bold prediction? Just off the top of your head.
Gainwell's going to hand it to some people. I just like him. I like it. He loves Philly already.
Yep.
I think Gainwell's going to be – he can catch.
Fuck.
Oh, Gainwell's going to kill it. Hopefully. That's what I'm –
Yeah.
Other than that –
I'm with you, Dan. I think Gainwell is going to be taking the lion's
steal.
share of the snaps at running back by the end of the year.
I think he's a steal.
Yep, absolutely. He was my running back 3. He was my guy coming out. I loved him, and I think that by week 9, week 10, you're going to see an even, if not majority share going to Gainwell. And, you know, hey, ideally that doesn't happen and Sanders plays to his potential and Gainwell's still coming in as the change of pace guy, kicking ass and taking names. But either way, I think our running back situation is looking real good. It's looking real good.
Sure is.
I think our long snapper and our punter is going to get a lot of work this year. I think they might make the Pro Bowl.
Rick Lovato's going to the Pro Bowl.
What's his last name? The punter Sipasso? Sipas.
He's got a cool last name. I like him. He's no bag of bones, but
yeah, no.
I'm not gonna lie though.
In all seriousness,
the punter from
that's
the
not a
Bucs
hot
last
take at
week
all.
was like putting it on like the 2 every time.
Dude,
dude, chill
he
out
was
with that, bro.
unreal, man.
Dude,
Unreal.
he was, man. That's another thing we've been lucked out with. You know, our punter's been pretty solid the last 2 decades, man. And I'm looking forward to the Sipasso suppressed ham or whatever, you know.
Hey man, when you got a stalled drive and your punter drives them deep, it's a good like, whew, thank goodness. You know what I mean? It's like thank goodness we got that insurance policy.
Yeah, right.
It is. Nobody realizes how important a punter is until you have a really bad punter.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It is
Tom Coughlin.
5 minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just thinking of. Tom Coughlin, he had that first original LeBron James meme, like, what are you doing?
All right, well.
All right, man. 5 minutes, maybe 4 or 5 minutes left. So
it depends on what clock I'm looking at. If I'm looking at my oven, it's 4 minutes. If I'm looking at you guys, it's 5 minutes. Either way,
is the game start exactly at 1 o'clock?
Yes.
It's like 12:05
kickoff. Yeah, I'm trying to get my DVR set up now.
It's time.
Especially, they're probably going to have a big old like grandstanding thing for 9/11 and stuff, you know. So yeah, 105-ish. 105-ish. Well, fellas,
go Birds. Man.
Go
Birds, guys. Talk soon.
Let's do it again next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good. Absolutely.
I'll see you guys in the group chat, all right?
All right.
Absolutely.
So for everybody here and Brendan Casey, who is on daddy duty, we are the Quarterback Factory Show. Go Birds.
We're back.
Fuck Dallas. We're back. Let's get it.
Woo! Woo! Go Birds.